Public meeting. Our purpose here to review signed agreement for the SCSO inmate monitoring system Guardian, RFID. So opening the floor to you guys. I assume you're here to help us with Q&A and
I'm just listening.
Yeah,
Just
just
do
listen.
it.
Alright, so this is our lengthy contract they sent. It's the same contract they give to every jail, pretty much, except just specified with our price breakdown on the features we wanted. So I didn't feel it was worth getting Ben involved, looking over it and all that when it's the same. And they're so taxed right now, looking over stuff, we probably would have been a month out getting them to look at it. But it's, Benoit County has this, tons of jails and they all have this system.
Okay.
And it's the same contract that they all get. So to make it fit into our ARPA funds, we're doing it in one lump sum payment instead of a year-to-year contract. So we're just doing it straight 4 years contract, and we'll pay the 4 years up front. Comes to about roughly $10,000 a year or so.
Okay.
To run that system.
and how much of this is covered by a grant?
So the ARPA funds, we were approved 50-some thousand. I didn't bring
54?
I think it was 54.
Okay.
We're leaving a little bit of money. We didn't want to go the full 5 and potentially go over if any incidental expenses came up.
Okay.
We didn't, so we just went with a year less, and then that way there could also be some expenses in integration into ARTS. It sounds like they already have the software integrated into ARTS already, but there could be a little bit of extra costs just to put it in, get it working into our system here. But
Okay.
so that's why we decided just to cut a year off, make sure we didn't go over what we were allotted. And so this, I don't even know if you guys know anything about this system or anything.
I was gonna ask for the benefit of the public,
Yeah.
the video, if you'd
Yeah.
explain the benefits of the system.
Yeah, so this system is actually an inmate monitoring and tracking system, and it also tracks deputy activity throughout the jail. It's a little, almost like a cell phone they carry around, but each deputy will have one, and all the inmates are listed out on there. And so every activity the inmate does through the day, you can go in there and enter in the activity as it happens.
It's got a camera on it too, right?
It has,
Yep.
has a camera, so if there's an incident with an inmate or anything, you can film that incident with that, and it'll go right into the inmate's file, digital file, log all that. We're getting a system for medication and medical.
Yeah.
This is really gonna help with medical, especially with liability on that
And
aspect
tell,
of things.
you can explain a little bit how, you're having to check it 3 times now and, 3 different officers and, this is gonna kind of.
It'll minimize it, like right now, all our medical log, everything we do medically, when it comes to dispensing meds, is all on paper. And, paper gets destroyed, can get lost, and this allows the deputy right then and there, as we're giving that med, has the name, did he take it, did he not take it,
Yeah.
what dose, it verifies everything for you, that we're giving them the right medications, all that stuff. So it helps out there. Do we wanna get into like the jail inspection, how it can help there, or should we stick with medical?
Yeah, so that's kind of some of the stuff, the medical thing's really important for us. Medical is one of our biggest liabilities. This is gonna aid in just making that a more streamlined and accurate process of administering that medication. One of the times I actually ended up in federal court was over inmate medication, claiming he didn't get it. And so I had to go in and prove with a piece of paper. Luckily I had my log up to date and all that, but this just makes that a little more seamless and more accurate.
And so basically, this is also helping you follow the protocols of the Idaho code of what they, with the
The jail
prison.
standards and all that, yep.
Okay.
So, yep, it's gonna help in that area. Another thing it does is, a huge thing for us is our cell checks. So the jail standards have changed to every hour you have to be in the cell block. But to maintain jail standards, you can't be over one time in a year.
Not even a second.
Yeah, you can't be a second over that hour. So what happens is every year they'll come do our inspection and they'll audit certain days of the year. And they'll just ask, I want all your cell check logs. So currently the system we have was one of the original timekeeping systems. It's like a pipe one thing that you walk
That's
around.
what you showed us on the
Yeah.
wall.
You walk around and beep it on the wall. So that was the original system we got probably over like 15 to 17 years ago or so. We've had that a long time. The only thing with that is it's the only way you can monitor what's going on with it as a supervisor is to go in and manually pull all the logs and read through them all. This system will actually send us warnings and updates to the supervisors if a cell check is running late. So we can set a timer of when that alarm will come to us, and it'll alarm the deputies as well that they're running late on their cell checks and that they need to do a cell check in that area. It'll tell them what area they're late in and everything. So
Even lets the deputies know, you can put a timer on there where it'll go off a minute prior to them having to do a round to remind them. You know, and rounds, jail rounds are, it seems little to some people's eyes, but it's one of the biggest things we do. That's another big liability, and it's one of the easiest things that you can forget sometimes when it comes to, you're doing a jail round, everything's going great, and all of a sudden you gotta fight. And you're so honed into that you're forgetting to check the other two blocks, and oh, we're over an hour now, or we're over an hour. Why can't I speak right now?
and a little bit more. This system is recommended by ICRIMP. They back it.
What jails in Idaho, some Idaho jails have this, right?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I know there's several that do. I know Benoit County does. I think
Cooney
Cooney
County
utilizes some of it.
Is switching to it. Pretty sure Ada County does.
So it keeps us in the
Keeps
top,
us in.
in the top end
It's-
of industry standard.
Yep, it's pretty much just helping the supervisors manage, and there's all kinds of reports you can do with this. Now we'll be able to track actually deputies' productivity, what deputies are doing, so if they haven't, because typically we work in teams of 2 in the jail, so if one of the deputies isn't pulling their weight, this will show, well, this deputy, according to this system, did this, and this today, and you didn't do hardly anything, so.
It also give us,
There's all kinds of graphs and charts it'll do that show productivity and stuff.
it also gives you like red flags. Let's say every night at 7:15, a specific deputy is in the female block at a certain time, and that'll let us know why at 7:15 is that deputy in that block every night. What's going on in there? You know, might give us a heads up that there's something going on in there that shouldn't be going on in there.
Okay.
You know, keep an eye on that person.
Now, are those cameras on all the time? Are they?
No, so it'll be kind of working like a cell phone. It'll have different tabs on it that you can select what you want to do. The inmates will be listed out there, so you'll select a cell block or whatever, and then that inmate, and then you'll decide, it'll give you a list of activities that you want to select for that inmate. So, and it's all the way to inmate was yelling at me. They even have little things you can just click on, and it'll say inmate was yelling at me.
Okay.
You know, just.
Now, they can track your officers with that, so if something happens and you can see where they're at.
You can
in
actually
jail
show
with
where
that.
they're at right in the jail. Our jail's not so big that you
Yeah.
gotta worry about it. In a bigger facility, that would be more
Mhm.
of a
But-
concern, but it will show us if they're lingering too long in one
Yeah,
area.
or if there's,
Yep,
yep.
But
okay.
if I'm downstairs and it's me and another deputy on, and there's something going on upstairs, it's gonna tell me, oh, this deputy's in C block, there's something big going on in C block, so I'm gonna know right where to go, instead of running in the hall and be like, all right, where is he? You know, I know it's just one hallway, but sometimes with the way it echoes, you're trying to figure out where that deputy's at, or where the noise is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Now, so just to make sure I'm understanding financially, so we're paying 4 years worth?
Yeah.
Have subscription, and after that, then this is 10,000 a year that's gonna have to come out of budget.
Yeah, so what that point, we have to decide, weigh what the benefits are, pros and cons, is it worth continuing that contract beyond that? And so what we wanted to get it into our jail, try it.
Are they telling us what it'll cost per year 4 years from now? Are they agreeing to this 10,000?
This is, I don't know if beyond that, who knows, there might be some increase beyond that. We'll have to probably do a new contract extending it beyond that. We just wanted to get it
This
into
gets
the
us
jail.
4 years.
Gets us
Yeah.
4 years, get us a good trial period, and see if we can mitigate a little bit of some of the issues we're having,
Okay.
especially with medication and jail checks.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm glad we had a good tour yesterday, so we know what you're actually talking about.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So,
Part two's coming.
yeah, okay. Any other questions from
Well,
you?
Yeah, I know we talked about the current security system, that there's some lapse in there. Will this help that in any way? You know, cause I know you talked yesterday about some of the cameras weren't reaching too far. I know you're gonna upgrade, but will this
Yeah.
kind of alleviate some of those
A
problems?
little bit, just knowing where people are at, being able to, from what I heard about this system too, even like noise frequencies, if an inmate starts yelling, the camera will pop on and start recording everything that's
this
going
one?
on, yeah.
Okay,
So as far as security is concerned, yes, it'll help out drastically,
okay.
Doesn't replace the need for cameras.
Doesn't
No.
replace the need for cameras. No, this is
No.
something that deputies will have on them at all times, so it's just gonna track
And
what
then-
that one deputy is.
And
seeing.
it'll help with possible accusations, false accusations, like
Yeah.
you said, that
Mhm.
they like to,
Yep.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah, this is pretty much, before we had the pipe system, this is just the next level in the pipe. This is where they're going now with inmate monitoring, tracking, and this is the next step in that evolution. So,
okay. Any other questions from you at this point?
No, I think
Okay, well, we're a public meeting, so let me ask if we have any public comments or county comments.
Yes, I do. Don't take this wrong, I'm just putting this out.
No.
I'm not arguing whether it's good or not, I
Yep.
don't know. It just, when this money was given out, it was stated by the past commissioners, you know, it's not supposed to give a burden to the taxpayers after the money runs out.
yep.
My question is, on any of this kind of stuff, is there any way to separate it out in the worksheets on the budget? So you'd know that it's for a certain period of time, it doesn't get rolled into the budget without anybody knowing, you know what I'm saying?
I think we can probably do that, because that would be,
And
you
it's
can
not
almost
just,
put like a temporary, like on the budget, maybe they can put a temporary, column, not column, but, yeah.
Well, it's a
no.
4-year contract, so.
Yeah, so what he's saying is after it's 4 years, so we're gonna pay this all up front, right?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
And then they won't bill us every year, so we're not gonna have money in the account, and then next year they bill us and we'll have that
Yeah,
money.
we
No.
won't have anything getting billed the first 4 years.
Okay,
And
So
so
it'll
that'll
show up
come
as a
up,
new-
it'll show up as a
but
new
but
item
on the
in 4
budget
years.
worksheets, I think you're gonna have to show it, I'm not sure,
Okay.
as a line item of what you spent, you know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% sure on this, it's just the tracking part of it, so like I said, all of a sudden in 4 years, instead of whoever's in here being able to come back and say, well, we need to discuss this, cause the grant's gone. I don't wanna see it rolled into the budget in a line item that you don't even know it's in there anymore.
Well, and if it did get rolled in, it'd be after you guys evaluated it and decided, and then it
Yeah,
would
we-
become an issue to talk about this new line item showing up.
Yeah, we'll have some type of contract extension that'll need signed by the commissioners at that time, so.
Okay, that's true,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, it's a good comment, Matt.
Yes.
Anybody else? Okay, what do you need from us today then?
I think,
Signatures?
yeah, all we need is signing on the dotted line, wherever that would may be.
It's like 17 pages in or something like that.
Of one of the, and we have to have a motion anyway, so
Yeah.
I'd entertain a motion.
Okay, on motion to approve the Guardian RFID system agreement for 4 years, paid through ARPA funds. to the sheriff's department?
Is that correct to say ARPA funds?
Or
LATC.
It's the LATCF.
LATC
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
The latest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's on page 25 as well.
Ooh, it's off.
Yeah,
There's so many pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign Lance's copy.
yeah.
Mine was just a copy for your reference.
Matt, did you wanna look at this?
Sure.
And anybody else, you've probably already seen it, but
No, I haven't seen the contract.
would you like to look at it?
Thank you.
Not
That's,
particularly,
my-
that's, I got one of these, if I need to, I know where to get it. So if I may add, just kind of the thoughts with this going forward is, it's going to save a lot for them, but I'm also gonna tax, the office with giving me some additional information, which means they're gonna be tracking how is this creating efficiencies and saving money, and also mitigating any
Well, yeah, I
lawsuits and
can-
risks. So,
There's actually a form, couple sheets on here I'll give you
Awesome.
that talks about the, that this was actually recommended by a lot of the jails due to COVID mitigation,
perfect.
which, giving you the ability to track inmates really well and their symptoms and COVID and everything. It can do all that, and it can track who they've been housed with, who they've exposed, who they've been around, all that kind of
Wow.
stuff. So yeah,
Awesome,
Okay.
okay.
so yeah, there's a whole thing in there about that. I'll just give it to you. And you can.
You won't have to have your
that
color
tomorrow.
coded chart.
Yeah, I know.
It'll all be in
Less
there.
paperwork,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's, yeah.
I would still always use the board. That's just a quick.
Yeah, that's easy too, but, yeah.
Any other comment? Okay. All right, gentlemen, is there anything else? That takes care of
No.
that for today?
Yep.
Okay. All right, then I'm seeing we're finished. I'm going to adjourn this meeting so we can move on to the next.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
My
Thank
comment
you.
is just to make sure that there's no